Next up at UFC 302, we have a hotly contested, hotly debated fight. We have a couple of heavyweight grapplers looking. Well, Romanov did just win, so not looking to get back on track, but looking for a win. Let's put it that way. We got Jailton Almeida taking on Alexandr Romanov. Jailton Almeida, 20-3 in his career. He is 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming off his first UFC loss. He's taking on Alexandr Romanov, 17-2 in his career, 3-2 in his last. 3-2 in his last 5, coming off that bounce back win over a now unemployed, actually no, he's in PFL, Blagoy Ivanov.
I think he just won the $1 million.
Blagoy. So we got Jailton Almeida. And there's 2 camps for Jailton Almeida. There are no reasonable, logical people when it comes to Jailton Almeida. There's the, Jacob and I are in completely separate camps here. There's the, he's a phenomenal grappler. I think he's that dude, and he just had a 20-second lapse in judgment in his last fight. Or there's, he's a fraud, he's a bum, he sucks. Those are the only 2 camps. There is nobody in the middle of Jailton Almeida. I am on the, I think he's the real deal side. This dude has proven to be a savage beast of a wrestler. He has proven it many, many, many times over. He can take down anybody, including the best heavyweight wrestler. He just took down Curtis Blades 9 times. Does Jailton's control suck? Yeah, it sucks. But his cardio doesn't. And he took down Curtis Blades 9 times. He ragdolled Curtis Blades, just tossed his ass around, did whatever he wanted to do to him. Then he did have a 20-second lapse of judgment. He was hanging onto the leg a little too long and just basically got the side of his head beat in until he lost.
He did what now? Can you do that?
Let me
do that motion again.
I think Jailton Almeida is the real deal. And I think it's going to be a problem for Alexandr Romanov because Alexandr Romanov 2 years ago was the real deal. 2 years ago, Alexandr Romanov looked like this picture. Basically a 6-pack. Big beast of a guy. Basically Brock Lesnar without all the extracurricular needles. And he would come forward and he would shoot whatever takedowns he needed to shoot. He would blow right through people. But then he got into a tough fight against a good wrestler in Juan Espino. Didn't look great in that fight. Then he fought looking like this. Look at that.
That's the ideal. How can you say, look at that? Take your shirt off and that's you.
I look better than that. For sure. Okay. No. I look better than that. Either way.
You got a dangly nipple ring in right now?
The nipple ring was ripped out. There is no nipple ring in right now.
A little Italian flag hanging off that thing.
The boxing glove. I used to have the Italian boxing glove hanging from my mirror. Jeez. Anyway, I know. It was so douchey with very gelled hair. All the things. Either way. Jacob, somebody said, can you turn up your mic? And I do notice anytime I edit these videos, you're quieter than I am.
If you hear me before you see me, I got King Kong in the trunk. King Kong. King.
Alexandr Romanov at one point looked like he was going to be that guy. And then he got tired and quit. When he fought Marcin Tybura, he got tired and quit. It was at elevation, but they were both fighting at elevation. Not just one of them. They both fought at elevation. Then
there was a majority decision.
Then he got absolutely smoked by Alexander Volkov. Literally landed 0 punches, significant or otherwise. And then he had a nice bounce back win against Blagoy Ivanov. The question would always be, the last couple of years, what's Alexander going to look like? And people would be chatting in the Discord. He's jacked. He's fat. He's jacked. He's fat. He looks good. Oh, he looks terrible. And people didn't know what to do. Problem is, at least for me, he actually looks like he's in good shape right now. Dumbest haircut I've ever seen. But he looks like he's in shape for this camp. I still think Jailton Almeida wins. As a wrestler, I think, and it has been proven, I mean, he looks like Franks and Beans.
That Franks looks like beans.
You. Franks and Beans. I wouldn't mind some Franks and Beans, frankly. But Jailton Almeida can take down anybody. He has proven that multiple times over. I think he takes down Romanov. I think Romanov gets taken down and is absolutely fucking clueless when he does. He will get taken down. He will get tossed around. It'll feel like nothing that has happened to him in a cage before, and he will be clueless and out of sorts. I think Jailton Almeida runs through this freaking dog. I think Jailton Almeida runs through Alexandr Romanov. And I'm very confident in that, Jakey boy. Let's hear the other side.
Why'd the line move, Angelo?
Because I don't know. All right. There's a lot of idiots in this world. There's probably more idiots than non-idiots. Would you agree?
I think that most of our community is pretty sharp. A lot of people in this live chat. I think Amberly Rose is sharp as can be.
Okay. Outside of those.
If you hear me before you see me, I got King Kongs in the trunk. You understand? If you hear me
I get it.
before you see me, I got King Kongs in the trunk. We're talking about King Kong, Alexandr Romanov here. You want to talk about? Oh, look at this guy! Can't even listen to the breakdown, huh? This guy is so scared to hear the fucking truth. He took the headphones out and walked away because I have been telling you guys for years upon years that Jailton Almeida is a fucking fraud. This guy was at 205, realized, oh my God, there's actual athletes at 205. There's people that know how to strike and defend takedowns at 205. So what am I going to do? I'm going to gain a few pounds, go to heavyweight, and start taking down these fat slobs that have never tried to defend a takedown in their life. And that's exactly what he was doing for quite a while. Then he ran up against Curtis Blades, and he was able to get some takedowns in the first round.
Him.
Right?
Ragdoll.
Angelo, how'd that fight end, sweetheart?
So what?
So what? The guy got stuffed on one takedown because he's not a finisher, right? He can finish these slobs, but he couldn't finish somebody that knows what they're doing on the ground. He doesn't have ground and pound. He's got okay submissions. It went to the second round. One of the takedowns got a little bit tough. He hung on it too long, was getting beat on the side of the head, but he's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Should I back up? I can't back up because I don't know how to fucking strike. I gotta hang on this guy's fucking legs because if I leave this situation, I'm gonna lose the fight. And guess what? He got his head beat in, went to the ground, and you want to talk about losing a fight? He fucking lost the fight versus the only wrestler he's ever fought. Now he's fighting this guy, Alexandr Romanov, who coming into the UFC was supposed to be the next big guy. He was the dominant wrestler, the dominant grappler, the Naga champion from all over the fucking world. This guy was the dominant guy, was showing the most dominant. Then he fights Tybor. Right? Was dominating that fight. Got tired. Elevation. It happens. He didn't quit. It went to a decision. He lost a majority decision. Then he fights 6'12" Volkov, who put a size 20 foot in his fucking belly button a couple times, and it hurt a little bit. Right? Hurt a little bit. Went to the ground, couldn't complete that fight. Bounced back against Blagoy with a great game plan. People want to talk about Blagoy. Oh, he's not in the UFC anymore. Guess what? He knew that the takedowns were going to be tough against Blagoy, so guess what he did? He just fucking struck with them. He just fucking outstruck him, got takedowns late. You want to talk about people like Ansel was like, he's about to go throw up. Ansel's about to go throw up. He can't even listen to this. He's like, oh my God, I bet Jailton now. He came against Blagoy, and people want to talk about the gas tank of Romanov. He went tit for tat, striking for 15 minutes. Watch how that fight ended against Blagoy. Muscled a takedown on top with the King Kong fucking punches. You better fucking pray to God that Jailton Almeida not only gets takedowns in the first round, but gets takedowns in the second round and gets takedowns in the third round. And you better pray to God that this dude Jailton doesn't take a half-ass bad shot in the first round. Because if Romanov, with his wrestling and judo acumen, right, he's great at these fucking hip tosses. He's great at these fucking, if he gets on you, he can throw you. He's a big fucking actual heavyweight. Because if Jailton takes a half-ass bad shot, telegraph shot, which he is known to do time and time again, just dive at the legs, and all of a sudden, Romanov ends up on top of this guy early in the fight. Woo! Woo, woo, woo! It's going to be bad news. And if you watch Jailton in that Contender Series fight, that's exactly what happened early in that fight. He took a diving shot. The guy flipped him over, and he was able to withstand that situation. But if Romanov does that, flips this dude on his back, fresh Romanov, this dude Jailton is in bad trouble, and you're going to be seeing him eating veggies to get back to 205 to fight those dudes because he is not going to be in the heavyweight division anymore. This guy Romanov is the best wrestler and grappler he's ever fought. I think he's going to come in, weather whatever ridiculous storm Jailton has, and then take over. Romanov is going to win this fight. I've told you that Jailton was a fucking fraud. He proved to be a fraud, and he is going to double down and prove it against Romanov. Romanov rolls.
Okay, that was a lot of hot air, an insane amount of hot air. I think. Tell me this dumbass dog wants to go back out. Here's a bet for you, Jacob. Loser of this fight has to wear Joey's cone for the next fight.
What?
You know, Joey's got a cone on his head. But I'm not going to be wearing the cone. Is this like some
weird kink?
He's got the cone on his head.
You want me to wear a cone? You want me to walk? You want to walk me around your house?
Yeah. The loser of this fight has to wear a cone for the entire Kevin Holland fight. Okay? Fun, easy bet.
Kevin Holland fight? I'm going to be
That's
streaming.
the next fight. No, you're coming over.
I'm not coming over.
Yeah, you are. That's stupid not to.
Well, I'm not. So this bet doesn't really work. So.
Well, then you will wear the cone on the next breakdown we do the whole fucking time. Talking through the cone.
That's a 50-50 bet, and I've got a plus 300 underdog.
Look who's nervous. All that ranting. Plus 200. Listen, I think it's all bullshit. Of course, if he ends up on top. But you've just eliminated the concept of Romanov on his back. That just isn't a reality in your weird breakdown world. Jailton Almeida will take him down. He has taken down every single human being he's even attempted to take down. He's never not taken him down. The difference between Curtis Blaydes and Romanov is Curtis Blaydes is not a quitter. We've seen Alexandr Romanov struggle at times. Curtis Blaydes has insane one-punch knockout power. Alexandr Romanov does not.
And by the way, Romanov is a much better striker in this matchup.
Of course. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It does not matter.
This dude, Jailton Almeida, is just like Vitor Petrino, right? When it's easy, it's going to look easy. But the second something gets hard, the second they get frustrated, there's a reason why he ran to the fucking heavyweight division. This guy wants easy. If it's easy, it's easy. The second it gets hard.
You're only applying that logic to one side of this fight, and it makes no sense that you're doing that. It's fine. You're on the Romanov side. I'm on the Almeida side. One of us will leave the night being tall and correct, and the other one will not.
The Moldovo murderer.
I will spend the $9,100 in DraftKings because Jailton Almeida, even in his loss to Curtis Blaydes, scored an insane amount of points because that's who that guy is. He puts up the points. He comes forward. He ragdolls people, tosses them around. He has only looked like a human being for 20 seconds. 20 seconds he's looked like a human being. 20 seconds. And he's a fraud because he had a 20-second lapse of judgment. Fraud. Just completely ignoring the 5 minutes of complete domination against the guy that's getting a title shot. Against a guy that's getting a title shot. 5 minutes of complete domination just out the window, completely ignored. And that's what's flawed with your logic. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's $10 a month. You can see the conflicting bets. Do you have bet on Romanov or it's just all hot air?
Oh, I'm waiting to this line get back up to
hot air.
minus
Got
400 for
no,
sure.
No, got
Romanov
it.
inside the distance will be played. There's no doubt about that.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. If you want to see that bet when it comes in, become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. Go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member, and then link your Discord so that as soon as Jacob places that bet, you can hop on if you agree. You can just put your phone back down if you don't. I understand. I understand people thinking Jailton might lose. I completely disagree with the fraud law. He's not a fraud. He's proven to not be a fraud. He's beaten the piss out of everybody.
The second he had
he
one
even beat the piss out of the
guy.
that that's a different argument. That's a different argument than he's a fraud. He doesn't need to be.
He literally had no backup. There's no plan B. There's no play.
Fine.
He's just on the legs, getting hit in the head. And it's like, oh no, I can't do anything else. I got to stay here and just get
He
fucking
doesn't
hammer
need
fisted
anything
in the
else.
fucking side of the head.
He doesn't need anything else to win this specific fight is the point that I'm making. He can win this exact fight.
Shit.
If he didn't get not even a lick better from his last fight, he wins this fight.
Oh my God.
WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.